a Conservative MP, has lost the party whip over an investigation into claims that he misused £14,000 of campaign funds, which he denies.
Mr Menzies allegedly made a late-night call to a 78-year-old aide, what's that got to do with the price of fish, asking for £6.5 grand to help him secure his release after being locked up by what he called bad people he met on an online dating website. That's one of the allegations reported this morning in The Times. Locked up by bad people. There was only one person to get on this, Conservative advisor Charlie Rowley. Good morning. Have you ever been locked up by bad people, Charlie?
No, I haven't, actually.
And can I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, why we wanted the child star? This is his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Charlie.
Thank you very much.
21 again.
Thanks for the makeup department.
Talk us through this story, Charlie.
It's unbelievable.
So he's lost the whip. He's being investigated by the party. These allegations that he made a call to an aide to transfer £6,500 because he was with bad people. Do we know actually what the truth was about that?
I don't think we do. It's an investigation that's taking place.
I'm loving this. Can't wait for this.
And you have to wait the outcome of that investigation. I think, look, the story is extraordinary. How, again, allegedly meeting people online through a dating app, and seemingly in the middle of the night, which meant he had to call reportedly a parliamentary or an assistant back in his constituency to stump up cash for his release, money that should be used for campaigning purposes, not
release. Let's just go back there. It's all alleged here. So
all alleged.
He allegedly goes on the dark website.
Not a dark website, a dating site.
Well, it could be a dark dating site. Turned out he was in the dark, I imagine. Met whoever, and this is brilliant. Get the camera on Charlie Rowley. And then found himself in prison, locked up or tied up somewhere, but had access to his mobile phone. All alleged, of course. You know, might have just been doing campaign work at home in his office. I have a feeling that Mr Menzies, I mean, obviously none of this can be proven, but when I read this morning, I had vision. Do you remember Little Britain, when he used to, when David Walliams came in? I was driving down the motorway when I found myself having unbelievable. I mean, this is just on a serious note, Charlie, and I know I go on, but the quality of our politicians is an absolute disgrace, and everyday people must just think, what the hell are we voting for? Forget political parties here. They're all at it, it seems.
Well, you're right. It's another scandal, all alleged, but yes, another scandal if it's proven to be true. I mean, he's lost the party whip, and the Conservative Party have to investigate it because this is, as I say, campaign funds that should be going for campaign purposes, not for personal reasons or whatever has happened, potentially in this case or not. But it's another headache for Number 10. You're right. It's another scandal, another Conservative MP that adds to the sleaze and the scandal of the party, which is no good for Rishi Sunak if you want to be going to the country to say, look, you know, me and my team of Tory MPs are the best people to continue to lead the country.
Sure, but it's not as though Mr Menzies has got a completely clear past. We know that in 2014 there was a scandal. We're reading the front page of the Sunday Mirror from 2014. So 10 years ago, Tory MP quits in drugs and rent boy scandal. What I don't seem to understand is when...
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Yeah, when these kind of things are proven to have been true, or somebody admits to having, you know, got involved in a scandal or a sleaze of this nature, they're re-employed, or they end up, you know, going to the backbenches for a while and then they make their way further. He's a trade envoy. This is somebody who was on the front page of the paper saying drugs and rent boy scandal, and there's millions of people in the United Kingdom who have got a moral compass and would, I think, make incredible MPs, and yet it's the same people. We're recycling the same people.
Absolutely right.
Why don't they disappear, Charlie? What are the decisions made in the Tory party and other parties that go, actually, it's probably best if we bring the old guy back?
You know, I think it is, and you won't agree with this, but I think we pay, and I can't even believe I'm going to say it, I don't think we pay enough. I genuinely believe we should pay MPs more, because I think the quality of MPs is an absolute disgrace. But you're right, recycling that man.
I still think that's rubbish, because I know people who are on like 25k who would take 30k to work as an MP.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
I just honestly.
Sorry, we're arguing amongst ourselves.
Well, no, we're having a discussion. It's quite good.
But seriously, Charlie, why reuse somebody who's got that kind of stain on their reputation?
So I think, look, trying to cast my mind back, I mean, he lost his job as I think he was a parliamentary private secretary at the time. And, you know, but you're right, he was still an MP. You can only lose your seat as an MP by being kicked out of politics, and he's faced the electorate since then on multiple occasions, and his constituency have still returned him as an MP. So there is still obviously something that he's obviously done right within his constituency that enabled his constituents to vote him back in. I mean, it's no excuse, but I think at the time he sort of admitted to mental health issues, and he wasn't openly gay, and all of those things that come.
Sure.
But of course, when you are an MP, when you're in public life, the standards are that should be expected of you are so high that you cannot fall below them, and when you do, that obviously creates a headache.
This is why I've gone on. No, and I've said I like it. This is why I keep going on about Rayner. Just show out what you've got and you'll be free. Can I just say about this, the other thing, apart from recycling is, and maybe I'm boring, right? How do these people think? Are they completely stupid to think that they're going to get away? Even I, at 58, know the advent of mobile phones and social media. You can't do this stuff. This is going to... How can you be somewhere with a rent boy who's demanding cash and maybe allegedly there are drugs and not think that somebody is going to say something? You idiot, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying do what you want, but if you're in public life, we expect and we deserve more, don't we?
I think that's absolutely right, and I think we do, and we should have better than what we've seen and what we've heard over from the last couple of years from Conservative MPs in particular that have fallen below that standard. But I do think there is a question also about Westminster, and we always have this question about Westminster: the lifestyle, the hours, the working hours, the practices, the amount of alcohol, the lobbying. It is no justification. It's more of an explanation as to how people, if you're working incredibly long hours, if you're away from home, if you don't have a family, if you don't have roots, or if you're away from your family for long periods of time, working late into the night, voting until whatever, you've got access to booze, you've got access to lobbying. It is a fevered area.
Okay, maybe we expect too much. People always say to me, "Why do you think these footballers go to ladies and prostitutes, whatever, drink a lot and do this because they're on 300 grand a week to train for 2 hours and they've got nothing to do." Maybe, just maybe, we expect too much to look up to these people, but they're all elected representatives. You should be working for us, not getting, I don't know, in these situations. It just makes me mad.
I think that's totally right, and that's why I think it's no justification, but more of an explanation that Westminster can be a very, very lonely place for a lot of people when you're making those decisions every day, when you're voting maybe against your own party, when you've got an email and a letter sack full of abuse and what you see on Twitter. It can be a
Try being on the television. There's no alcohol. There's complete abuse, and I have to sit with my... Everyone. I'm joking. Now, the other thing I want to do, can I do this? Tories, I mean, this is extraordinary. I don't know what newspaper this is in, but I think it's quite reported everywhere. But in a sort of landmark poll overnight, the Tory government trail Labour in... forget numbers, in every major political issue. We're talking about defence, we're talking about local government, we're talking about everything. I mean, I'm not sure. To me, it just smacks of 1997. We've done 14 years, this government, and people are just, there's no way back. But on things like defence spending and the old days, the Labour poll, they're ahead of the Tories. This is Armageddon, Charlie.
Well, it's not good.
It's Armageddon. It's not good.
Don't get me wrong. It's not something that anybody in Number 10 would want to be waking up to again this morning. Another headline, another poll where things don't seem to be going in the right direction. But I think still within that poll, 45% of people still are not ready or thinking about a Labour government. Now, that means it's their all to play for. And I think... just when it comes to things like defence spending, I don't think there are really that many people that think on the back of things like Jeremy Corbyn, who wanted to get rid of our nuclear deterrent, someone who Sir Keir Starmer supported in his leadership campaign. I don't think many people will think that the Labour Party are the party of defence. I don't think that people in this country will think that the Labour Party are going to be the party that's going to be tough on immigration when you're seeing issues like the Rwanda bill being blocked by either Labour peers or the Labour Party in the House of Commons. I think when it comes to the actual election and people have to focus their minds on what the country is doing or what the Conservatives are offering versus what's gone on in the past or what the opposition or the opposite could be like, people will really have to think hard and those polls will narrow.
Well, thank you so much to
Amazing.
birthday boy and Conservative
Can we get him a cake in the next hour? Bless him.
Yes, please. Thank you so much, Charlie. Well,